Alright, fellow aviators, welcome back to the cockpit of the 210. My name is Matt Farrell, and I'm the Flying Salesman. We are about to blast off out of Denton, Texas, headed back home today to our home airport, Shreveport downtown. Going to be interesting to see. On a previous flight, you saw that I wanted to find out what routing I would get using ForeFlight's recommended routes. I did the same thing for the departure coming out of Denton going back to downtown. For this particular departure, they gave us the Cuso 1 with a marsh transition out of here. So we're going to get our ATIS information and then get our IFR clearance to include the instrument departure and see what we get on the way out. So it's going to be an interesting experiment. I told you before that I very seldom get what I file, but that's exactly what happened on that last flight. So I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to get out of Denton. So we'll give it a shot and we'll see.
Marks, thunderstorm, information not available. Density altitude 2,700. Visual, approach in use. Landing and departing, runway 18 left. ILS, runway 18 left, out of service. Warning, runway 18 left has been shortened. 4901 feet available. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Foxtrot.
Foxtrot.
Denton Tower, information. Foxtrot 1953 Zulu. Wind 130 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 4,900. Temperature 2.21. Altimeter 2997. Remarks, thunderstorm. Information not available. Density altitude 2,700. Visual, approach in use. Landing and departing, runway 18.
Information, Foxtrot 123.95 is clearance delivery. That's the same as ground. Denton ground, Centurion 604 November at Shelter with Foxtrot looking for IFR clearance to Shreveport downtown. Delta Tango November.
604 November, Denton ground cleared to Shreveport downtown airport via the Cuso 1 departure. Marsh transition, direct. On departure, fly heading 200. Climb and maintain 3,000. Expect 9,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.1. Squawk 5171.
Alright, 604 November is cleared to the downtown airport via the Cuso 1 departure with a Marsh transition, then direct. Fly heading 200 on departure, climb maintain 3,000, expect 9,010 minutes, 118.1 and 5171 for 6048 November.
November 40 November, read back correct.
Alright, so that's just as we filed it.
Your left
1181, that's there.
Cessna to my left, 18 left.
Go to flight plan, we're going to put in KDTN.
And ground 720, come back, Foxtrot with the weather, request.
Procedure. Going to do a departure. Select departure. Cuso 1. 18 left. The Marsh transition.
Bravo Alpha.
Load the departure. That's all straightforward. Going to put my heading bug on 200. 5171, 1181, altitude 3,000 is set, 200, and we're ready to taxi. Denton ground 604 November, Shelter ready to taxi with Foxtrot.
November 48 November, runway 18 left, taxi via Bravo Alpha.
Bravo Alpha 18 left for 604 November.
Denton ground Scout 64423 on Delta ready to taxi to the gas pump.
Alright, stand by.
Summertime is here, 101 degrees on the Aspen right now. Gotta love it.
November 48 November, fly runway heading 18 left, short and clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 18 left, 604 November.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back.
Gears up, flaps up, accelerating.
November 48 November, right turn heading 200.
Right, 200 for 604 November.
We contact departure 118.1.
And 48 November's going to departure.
For 247 Victor Bravo, turn right heading is 070.
Right turn 070 247, so Bravo.
For 2289 on Mike, climb maintain 6,000.
6,000 for 89 Mike.
Good afternoon, departure Centurion 604 November's 1.4, climbing for 3,000.
Centurion 604 November, regional departure, radar contact. Turn 10 degrees to the right, climb and maintain 4,000.
10 right up to 4,000 for 48 November. All right, we're off of Denton. We're gear up, flaps up.
7 Victor Bravo, Denton Airport.
30 inches of manifold pressure, 2,500 RPM.
Airport in sight.
I have it as high, 247 Bravo.
247 Victor Bravo, clear visual approach runway 18 left.
Climbing to 4,000.
Tower 119.9 or 5.
We were clear for the visual and over to tower 119.9 or 5, 247, Mr. Bravo, good day.
And just confirm that's 18 left, please.
Say that again, 18 left, that's correct. 247 Bravo.
Yes, good day, sir. For 6048 November, turn left heading 180.
Left 180 for 604 November.
For 2289 on Mike, clear direct Millsap.
Clear direct Millsap for 2289 Mike.
For 48 November, climb maintain 5,000.
Up to 5,000 for 604 November.
Southwest 2338, maintain correction of 7,000, contact approach 124.3.
24.3, down to 7,000, Southwest 2338.
For 6048 November, turn left heading 160.
Left 160 for 604 November.
And regional departure 415 Hotel Sierra is with you at 3,000 feet and heading 200.
For 415 Hotel Sierra, regional departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4,000.
I maintain 4,000, 5 Hotel Sierra.
For 5 Hotel Sierra, turn right heading 220.
Right heading 220, Hotel Sierra.
And good afternoon, departure citation 415 Mike Gulf 3000, runway heading.
Citation 415 Mike Gulf, regional departure, radar contact, maintain 3,000, turn right heading 270.
Okay, maintain 3000, right turn 270, 5 Mike Gulf.
For 415 Hotel Sierra, climb and maintain 7,000.
Climb and maintain 7,000, 5 Hotel Sierra.
For 6048 November, turn left heading 100.
Left 100 for 604 November.
For 415 Hotel Sierra, contact departure 126.47.
2647 for 5 Hotel Sierra, good day.
Good day. Number 556 Alpha Lima, traffic 12 o'clock. A mile and a half southbound, altimeter 2,100, type unknown.
Left at 6,000.
For 48 November, contact approach 124.3.
124.3 for 48 November.
Thrust 41, contact Addison Tower 126.0.
Regional departure Centurion 604 November's level 5,000.
Number 6048 November, regional approach altimeter 2993.
993 for November. Just barely at the base of these clouds.
Approach low, Southwest 3470, 9,000, we got Oscar.
Gonna get a little bit of IMC.
Approach, Roger, descend to maintain 6,000, you prefer the left or the right?
Then on the climb, we'll get above it pretty quick.
3470, expect runway 13 right.
Appreciate it.
November 6048 November, climb maintain 900,000.
Up to 900,000, 604 November.
23 Mike, did you copy? Go to the tower.
Go to the tower, 23 Mike.
November 48 November, climb maintain 900,000, Fort Worth Center 132.02.
132.02, 900,000 for November.
November 1 Tango Romeo, contact Fort Worth Center 132.02.
AUS.
Fort Worth Center Centurion 604 November, 7,200, climbing for 900,000.
Fort Worth Center, Cirrus 221 Tango Romeo at 3,500. 48 November, that's 2996.
996 for November.
Blue Street 5194, contact Fort Worth 126.57. 12657, Blue Street 5194. Fort Worth Center, Cirrus 221 Tango Romeo at 3,500. Number 221 Tango Romeo, Fort Worth Center, at 2996. 2996. 1 Tango Romeo. 15054.
That aircraft 11 Tango Romeo.
Climb to flight level 230.
It's really easy to get in this high workload environment. The controllers are rattling off instructions, and you get a handoff to the next controller.
Outlaw 02, contact.
Just take a second, take a breath, and figure out the rhythm of the next controller. The next controller may not be as busy as the controller you just came from, just like the instance we're in now. And I think what happened is he came from the controller I was with, who was rattling that stuff off, and so he's in that mode of, hey, I got to get it in. I got to get my call in, my check in, get it done, and get off the radio.
Forward center, good afternoon, Twin 9 and 336.
I really think he had good intentions. He was trying to be quick and concise, but he just dialed in the frequency, switched over, and started talking without listening. If you're leaving busy airspace, it's going to get less. The radio traffic is going to get less and less with each handoff the further away you get from that busy airspace. You've got your instructions from your previous controller, so there's no reason to have to check in the instant you flip the flip-flop button on your radio. Take a minute, breathe, collect yourself. Take that opportunity. You just came from a lot of people rattling off. Take a breath. Enjoy the moment. Just listen, find the rhythm, and jump in when you get that opportunity. All right, so we got cruise climb power, 30 inches of manifold pressure, 2,500 RPM. Mixture full ridge, cow flaps wide open. Going through 8,600, looking for 9,000.
3904, center, comment 10, level 230.
I had no problem staying at 7,000, but that controller was so busy, for me to request to stay at that altitude would have caused more headache for him. And going up, I lose a couple degrees, a little bit further down into the 60s, real nice and comfortable. Enjoy the flight, and calm winds up here, so it's not going to adversely affect my flight time, and just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the challenges that's presented to you and the different types of flying and situations we get into. Above all, don't forget to breathe, take a breath, and enjoy it. All right, starting our level off procedure. 28 inches of manifold pressure. 2,400 RPM. Get those cow flaps closed about 2/3 of the way. Pull that mixture back to about 100 pounds per hour. Let our temperature stabilize there. And then we'll do our leaning for cruise. I'm going to go ahead and switch that tank to the right tank. Well, that's the tank we will land on.
3956, contact forward center on 134.47.
Give you a shot of our airspeeds there. Got 143 knots indicated, 169 knots true.
American 1326, forward center, calling
3 minutes from our
230, American.
next waypoint at Jane, 40 minutes from Shreveport downtown. Gonna go ahead and get that ASOS and that tower tuned in for downtown. Get that bottom GPS rolled over to the nearest airport. Don't forget, we're closing in on Oshkosh. Reach out, leave me a comment below. Let me know if you're going to be at Oshkosh. I'm going to have copies of my book there. I'll be glad to sign a copy. You can buy it right there in the booth. And if you want to get it on Amazon, feel free to go over to Amazon and check it out. Hanger Tales by Matt Farrell. If you're not familiar, Hanger Tales is a collection of short stories that I've heard along the way as the flying salesman. It's everything from cargo pilots that overload their airplanes, crop dusters, shenanigans. Sometimes their stories are about the airplanes themselves and some of the idiosyncrasies. So if you're an aviation nut and you like aviation stories, check it out on Amazon. It might be something you'd be interested in. It's also a good gift for the pilot or aviation buff in your life.
Good afternoon, Fort Worth Center. Centurion 604 November is with you, level 9,000.
Centurion 604 November, Longview Approach, East Texas, altimeter 2995.
2995 for November.
I hope you guys have enjoyed these IFR flights we've been on. I've really enjoyed making them. It adds another dimension to the flying, the things that I do, so I've really enjoyed that aspect of it, and I hope you've been able to get something out of it.
November 95336 Juliet, Longview Approach.
Like I mentioned on some of my other flights, having you guys along and talking you through these things really keeps me on my toes and makes me a better pilot. So I like that aspect of it. Holds me accountable, and I appreciate y'all doing that. Got 139 knots indicated, 164 true, and a ground speed of 170 knots. We are 28 minutes from Shreveport downtown. 9 minutes, 45 seconds from the Marsh intersection, which is located just north of the Gregg County or the Longview Airport. 21 minutes from Shreveport downtown. We've got 9,000 feet to lose. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling that power back just a little bit. Get ready for that descent.
Longview Approach, Centurion 604 November. I'd like to go ahead and start my descent for downtown.
Was that 48 November asking for lower?
Permanent 48 November.
November 48 November, descend and maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000 for 48 November, thank you.
All right, down to 5,000. Go ahead and close those cow flaps.
November 5 Foxtrot Juliet, radar
500 feet per minute down.
Frequency change approved. Centurion 48 November, contact Shreveport approach 119.9, good day.
119.9 for 48 November, good day. Shreveport approach, Centurion 604 November 7,600, descending for 5,000. I'll take lower if you can give it to me.
604 November, Shreveport approach, roger. Stand by for lower there, expect effective visual approach runway 5 in the downtown, wind is 050 at 8, and the altimeter is 29903.
29903, expect vectors for the visual to runway 5 and 5,000 for now for 48 November.
48 November, send and maintain 3,000.
Down to 3,000 for 604 November, appreciate it.
One thing we got to remember when we're descending from altitude, that our mixture is going to lean as we descend. So you'll see me every once in a while reach over and just give a couple of twists in. I was already lean for 100 degrees rich of peak at 9,000. Interesting thing about this airplane is it leans at about the same fuel flow at just about any altitude. But just as a safety precaution, I give it about a couple of twists on my way down. I'll twist it in one time and then give it another twist on my way down somewhere around, I don't know, 3,000 to 4,000 feet, something like that, just to make sure that we're keeping up with the thicker air that we're descending into.
They gave us a 150, but we'll turn 320 for 8 Tango Whiskey.
Right turn immediately. Got a heavy B-52 just off your southeast side there, 600 climbing.
Okay, 320 was the left turn. We'll turn right to 150, 8 Tango Whiskey.
Heavy Shreveport departure radar contact, expedite climb to 2,000.
That's that departure, or excuse me, that's that departure end of runway 5 conflicting with the B-52s.
And you can expect attack and runway 33. How is that going to terminate?
They want you to make that tight turn coming off of runway 5 so you don't get in the approach corridor. Runway 14, Barksdale.
Downtown Airport, Shreveport, Louisiana. Automated weather observation 2150 Zulu. Wind missing. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 31 Celsius. Dew point 15 Celsius. Altimeter 299.5. Remarks. Density altitude 2,100. Shreveport.
Starting to get those bumps. Gonna go ahead and take that autopilot off.
Call 31 heavy turn right heading 110.
Level off here for a second. Get it down below 150 knots. There's 138 knots.
Shreveport approach 604 November has downtown in sight.
604 November, clear visual approach runway 32. I'm sorry, clear visual approach runway 5.
Runway, clear for the visual runway 5 for 48 November. You had me for a second.
All right, we're cleared for visual runway 5. We can go to procedure, approach, all the way down, visual runway 5, load approach and activate. Go back to our map. We're going to come in at a little bit of an angle. Intercept final.
Proceed to additional contact bar south.
Track. We've already got our glide slope in. So now we're just managing speed and descent.
Turn 48 November, contact downtown tower 120.22. Great day.
48 November Square Tower. Great day to you as well.
Good afternoon, downtown tower. Centurion 604 November's on the visual for runway 5.
Centurion 6048 November, downtown tower. Good afternoon, runway 5. Clear land.
Clear to land, runway 5, 604 November. Alright, so we're just about 3/4 of the dot below glide slope. Got 20 inches of manifold pressure, just been easing that back. Now I'm going to pull the nose up, capture that glide slope right right about there. We got to be below 140. That gives us 125 knots right there, and that gear's coming down. Gonna go ahead and put a little trim up. I know I'm gonna need that. All right, got a wheel, got a green. We're on about a 30-degree intercept for final, but we are on glide path. About 120 knots. Probably gonna pull the power back about another inch, let that slow down just a little bit. I've got my right hand on my knee, just adjusting the trim to fly this glide path. Controlling the ailerons with the yoke in my left hand, but mainly pitch is with the trim with my right hand. Want a nice stabilized approach. Got 110 knots pegged. It's really important when you're flying these heavier Cessnas, any airplane really, the lighter 172s, 152s, you have to have a stabilized approach. But you know, if you remember your student days, you're working a lot harder to maintain that stabilized approach because you're being tossed around quite a bit by the wind and that sort of thing. With the heavier Cessnas, 206s, 210s, even the 182s, really can set them up to fly the glide slope with just very minimum control inputs. Got a pretty good gust of wind there.
500.
Thank you, Gladys. Gonna go ahead and get another 10 degrees of flaps. Pull that power out. I'm going to roll in with those props.
2 mile final runway 05.
So we got gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, seat belt, shoulder harnesses, cowl flaps closed. Short final. Get that last notch of flaps. Slowing it down. Want to come over the numbers at 80 knots. There's 85. Power's coming out. Bring it right down in there. Start that flare. Whoa. I got a little help from the 1432. It was a little higher than the rest of the runway.
November, left at Echo 2, left at Echo, say parking.
Left at Echo 2, left at Echo, going to golf for 40 November.
For November, Roger. Once you get on Echo, November to park, remain this frequency. Good day.
Echo November to golf for 4 November this frequency. Welcome back to Shreveport Downtown, fellow aviators. I really enjoy you guys coming along with me on these flights. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about the airplane. I enjoy engaging with you. I really enjoy that aspect of it. Each one of you, I value the time that you spend watching YouTube and watching me do what I do. I really enjoy bringing you along, and I hope you guys get something out of it. So thanks to you, fellow aviators, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.